Okay, so I've done over $500,000 in sales just the last 1 month alone with Shopify Dropshipping. And what's even crazier is that from June, which is just 6 months ago, I've made over $5.3 million running my own brand. But here's the thing, I've never revealed exactly how I did it and how I started my store. So today I'll do it. I'll even expose the type of product I sell, how I run my advertisements, and I will also give you my entire system that I use to launch new dropshipping stores so that you have absolutely zero reason as to why you can't do the same. Simply just copy this case study on your future stores and you will guaranteed have money coming in. So get ready because this is gonna be my best video ever, and missing it, you just don't want to. Okay, so the last 16 days alone, we have generated $240,000, which for me is actually a pretty bad start of the month. We even had a huge problem here where our store went all the way down to just 5,900 in a day. But let's look at a better month. So December, we actually did over 724,000 in sales. I'm gonna just refresh it so that you can see that it is legit. And if you look at my more detailed analytics, you can see that since June the 1st till December the 31st, I have made over $5.3 million dropshipping with this brand. I'm talking about 85,000 orders. So for that reason, I like to think I'm qualified to teach you this. There's nobody else on YouTube showing you these numbers. So let me teach you exactly how I did it so that you can start making money. Okay, so first of all, most dropshipping stores lose their product, okay? Their store usually dies out, and after calculating advertising costs, product costs, and any small percentages here and there from other things, you end up in a loss, and you feel like it's really hard to be profitable with this business. So I knew for myself that I needed something long-term and profitable, because for the longest time, I was just dropshipping viral products I found on TikTok. And sure, it made some money here and there, but it was first when I understood how easy it actually is to start a dropshipping brand that I managed to get rich. Now the niche of my product is healthcare, and more specifically, healthcare for more old women. Just so you know how valuable this video is, I will even reveal to you my $5 million offer. But the crazy news is this. But before that, when I started this store, it wasn't profitable. Some days I was running the store at break even, and other days I was actually losing money. But the truth is, this is often how it's going to be when launching a new store. And the one thing that completely changed that for me was the offer. So check out this product right here, because this one is actually awfully similar to the one I'm selling. And it clearly helps someone with a problem, or it helps them get in better shape. And it is a high perceived value product, not just some wow factor junk item. And if you sold this thing just a couple of months ago, you'd probably make a lot of money right now. Now, the thing that I'm really starting to realize is that winning products, they kind of just sell themselves. You could have really basic marketing, don't have to be a genius, but if the product is good enough, it's just going to take off. That's why it's called a winning product. And yes, they do exist. So you simply just have to test a couple of products, stores, and concepts until you hit the one. And I guarantee you that's gonna change your life. And of course, in this video, I'll show you how to do that with your Facebook ads. But yes, back to what we're talking about. I was losing money when I launched this thing, but I made a switch because I realized that I was selling just a product, but not the idea of a better life. Because my product is in the workout niche. But who really wants to take action and get in better shape? I mean, we all like the idea of it, but are we gonna go out of our way to buy a product? No. Nobody's gonna do that. And therefore, I knew something had to change. So I did something genius. I started selling an emotion rather than a product. Let me explain. What I did is I sold my customer a dream, okay? And let's be honest, that's pretty obtainable. I think we can all get in shape. So I launched my offer, which was a course. Yes, I'm not kidding. I sold this product including a course, or I guess we could say an ebook on how to get in shape or reach your goals in 45 days with a 30-minute home workout. And I also gave them a full guide on how to use it. So when they buy my product, they don't buy the product, they buy the dream of being in a completely different situation in just 45 days. No more muscle pain, no more stiffness, just 45 days of commitment. And of course, on my website, I filled it up with people who were in perfect shape and just kind of said it was because they used the product. Now here's what's crazy, because like I told you, I was losing money, but day one of implementing this new offer, it just completely took off, okay? And nothing was ever the same anymore. My conversion rate also, it just went through the roof. Okay, so the way that I launched this store and the way that I launch all my products is very simple. It's with Facebook ads. So here you can see something that we call a campaign. Okay, it's pretty obvious what that is. It's our campaign. Now inside of it, we have something that's called ad sets, and these are basically our audience, okay? But simply what I did on Facebook is I set up a campaign. I set it up for sales, obviously. I went for manual sales campaign, and this is how you always test the product. I come down here, I don't touch anything besides campaign budget. I put that to $50, okay? Then once you come inside of the ad set, and by the way, I have a full guide on Facebook ads, okay? Like, if you just stick with me here, this is all gonna make sense. Just give me some time here, okay? Inside of the ad set, we optimize for purchase. For the countries, we always go for United Kingdom, United States, and Australia. Now, here's the thing though, every ad account is different. So maybe on yours, like it's, for example, gonna be better to target UK only. It usually is for beginners. Now, on this part of the ad set, we don't touch anything. We simply just go to the next page. Okay, so that is literally how simple this setup is. The only thing we are testing is our videos. We go completely broad, no targeting, and we kind of pray, you know, we hope for the best. If we have a good product and we have good videos, it's going to take off of itself. And as you understand, this is a more advanced video, okay? So if you're still learning dropshipping, maybe this is not for you, but I highly recommend you stick around because I'm teaching you stuff that people put in a $5,000 course. Now with all that out of the way, I have one campaign, one ad set. So the next thing I do is I come in here and I simply just take my ad set that's working, okay? And I make 2 copies of it. So we have the 3 same ad sets inside of the campaign, okay? And then inside of them, we have 2 different creatives, okay? Not gonna bore you more with it, I got a full guide. But what we're using for testing is 1 campaign, 3 ad sets, $50 a day, and a couple different videos in each. Now, once I tested this product, I was making sales instantly the first day. But of course, it wasn't actually profitable. And my website also, considering it was in the healthcare niche, it needed to be more professional. Because as you know, up until this point, I was used to doing just basic dropshipping. It's like I wasn't really running a business. I was just doing some money printing game. Healthcare is the absolute best niche for e-commerce. The thing is just that you have to execute it professionally. I mean, I'm sure you can relate to this. You launch a store, you check your ads the next day, and all you see is you've lost $50. Now this is usually because of 2 things. It just isn't trustworthy. Let's face it, man, your store probably looks like a scam. And I would have to bet you don't have a good offer. So if we look at this website right here, you're gonna get a pretty good feeling. This thing looks legit. I mean, the first thing we see is an amazing color scheme. It doesn't look like just a basic dropshipping store. We also see high quality pictures. This is not something that he took from AliExpress. He's most definitely edited this. On top of that, fits the niche very, very well of healthcare, goes with the color blue. But if we scroll more down, we're gonna start seeing something that I also implemented on my store. Real people using the product and a proper review of the item. Now scrolling further down, we're actually gonna find reviews of real people that have received the product. I bet your website doesn't have pictures like this woman right here, you know? It doesn't seem legit. So for me as a customer coming into this store, I'm actually gonna expect my item to arrive. I'm not gonna think that it's a scam. So when I first tapped into this niche of healthcare, I was scared because competition was high and people had professional businesses. But I knew there was one way I could beat them, with trust. And it didn't require me any skills. I just had to think maybe a little bit outside the box. So what do you think I did? I sent my product out to girls on Instagram. I found accounts that had like 1,000 to 2,000 followers, and even better, obviously I made sure that they were the type of people that were my customers and that they were in perfect shape from using my product. I paid them around $50 to take some videos, some pictures with the product. I also used that in my ads, by the way, to get user-generated content. It drove my click-through rate up a lot. But more importantly, I put it on my website and it increased the conversion rate so much because at this point, I had real trust. I had real people showing that they clearly have received the product, but more importantly, achieved the dream that they get from the product. So by doing this, I looked like a legit business. Now, after all of this happened, what do you think I did? I ordered inventory to a warehouse in Europe, and I got in really, really big trouble. At one point, I was shipping out from 2 different places because what I did was I didn't order enough stock. To be honest, I was kind of scared. Like, I know I've been posting on YouTube for long, but I've never had a store that is doing this good. I've had a couple stores at 100K a month, 200K a month, but to be making almost $1 million a month is certainly not something I'm used to, okay? And it's also my first year running like a legit brand. So what happened is I ordered way too little inventory, okay? My customers started asking for refunds. I had to hire more people to answer all the emails. It was all a huge mess. So I was actually shipping out with 2 suppliers at once because I had limited inventory in the warehouse. And this is where a really important lesson come in, okay? Do not order inventory early on. It's simply not needed, okay? And make sure you have like legit shipping because because if you start messing with your customers, your business, it might just get shut down. The good thing about the warehouse though is the 20% of customers who did receive from there, they got logo on the product and on the package. Now, a couple months later, I turned this into a full brand, so now everyone gets it, okay? And I even have a full team now, depending on me, that I pay monthly. I have 2 editors that make creatives for me. I have a social media manager, and I also have 2 people doing customer support, working 24/7, answering the emails we get on the store, answering the messages on the Facebook page, and answering any threat and any hate that we get. By having this in place, we can prevent chargebacks, which is the one thing that's gonna be the downfall of your business. The only reason this thing is consistent is because of customer support. So you need to take it serious. Now, on top of that, the past 2 months, I've even hired help for my Facebook ads. And this is coming from someone who's been doing Facebook for 7 years. I still think as an entrepreneur, there's always a way that we can grow. So investing in ourselves, it's gonna be a pretty good move. Now, I feel like here is gonna be a logical point for me to put just a plug. I mean, you see the results. My store's done over 700K the last month. My students as well. Pretty much every single person that enrolls in my mentorship program and actually listens, that's the keyword, listens and take it serious, they pretty much always manage to get results. So if you want to learn dropshipping from someone who is actively doing it, who is exactly where you want to be and has seen every scenario out there, you can send me a message on Instagram right here. I'll talk with you, and if you're a good fit, you can be a part of my mentorship program. Now, I also got some crazy news that I'm going to share with you. Actually, let's do that at the end of the video. Before that, let me show you how crazy money is made with Facebook ads. It's just too easy, man. Okay, we're back in the Facebook Ads Manager, and I can understand, like, if you're new to this, it is going to be a little bit confusing, but this is a more so advanced video. As you can see on this account, we have 1 million campaigns, and not all of them are super profitable. The reason for that is because we are testing 2 to 3 products a day. Not actively, but when I try to achieve the results I have with my store, we were testing 2 to 3 products daily. Now you probably wonder, Henrik, that's a lot of work. 3 products? I'm gonna go bankrupt. And you don't necessarily have to go bankrupt, okay? Because we cut very fast. So if our product spends $20 to $30, and this goes the same for any campaigns you're running, anything you launch, we just cut it. It's that simple. If we have this metric here, CTR, if that one is low, let's say 2% or less, we just don't waste any more money on the product. We simply just cut it and move on with our life. Anything that is performing decent, we can leave running a little bit longer. So by doing that, we can run products for long. Now here's the thing, scaling in 2025 is ridiculously easy. It's a little bit messy though, but it's very, very easy to make money now. In short, what we're looking for inside of our campaign is a dominating ad set. So if you look at this one, we have 5 ad sets. I think we probably launched at around $100 a day. Now, if we have a look inside of one of my typical campaigns, we can see that a couple of these ad sets aren't performing good, and Facebook spends money on them, right? So the goal with our campaigns is to find a dominating ad set, and they need to have 3 sales each or more, okay? So we don't care that this one isn't performing because we can just cut it. Same goes for this one. What we want to have when testing a product is multiple sales in the same one. So the way that I scale this product so high is I simply just clone every ad set that's working. Okay, so we have this one, it's sitting at 3 sales, somewhat profitable, or let's go with this one. I mean, even better, 3.4 ROAS, 5 sales, is working well. What we're gonna do is we're literally just gonna go ahead and duplicate it, and then we're gonna click right here. Then what we're gonna do is nothing. We're just gonna go ahead and publish it. So every ad set that's doing good, I simply just clone. Now, what I used to do so long ago though, is I would just increase the budget on anything that's working. That is outdated info. As you can see, every time we increase the budget, it doesn't go so well anymore. So the majority of these campaigns are actually running at like $50, $60 until a maximum of $100. So on Facebook now, what I recommend you to do instead of increasing the budget is to just create a new campaign. So we have this campaign right here working, is spending $60 a day, and we want to make more money with it. Instead of increasing the budget, what we're gonna do here is a little bit weird, but we're gonna take the best ad set, we're gonna duplicate it 5 times, we're gonna duplicate it into a new campaign, let's just call it new. Then we're gonna come down here, and we're gonna keep it all the same. So we are not only in the business of duplicating ad sets anymore, we are literally duplicating campaigns. And I might have like 30 of the exact same campaign, And that's how I managed to spend $3,000 a day. I'll just make 30 campaigns instead of one at a high budget, because high budget campaigns just don't work anymore. So every single day, every winning ad set, and I have many, I duplicate them like 5 times into a new campaign, okay? I also clone them in the exact same campaign, and I obviously try a budget increase. Like if my campaign is running at $50 a day, I'll try to put it to 60, 80, 100. But usually if you go above 100, it doesn't work. And in most cases, you're better off just running multiple campaigns at $50. Now, let me show you the next thing you're gonna do though, which is gonna make you crazy profitable if you can nail it. And it's not too hard. It's interest targeting with Facebook. This is the most precise way to actually get profits. Because if you're out there running broad campaigns, it's gonna make you a lot of money, but it's gonna be a 3 ROAS or 2.5. If you wanna hit like 10 ROAS or crazy return, basically is what I'm talking about, you gotta have someone you target, okay? So what you wanna do is you wanna go inside of an ad set. You can just launch a new campaign. You wanna come down here to the audience and just select manual. You see here it says switch to original. Just select manual here, and you can actually start adding in behaviors and interests. So the thing now is you gotta go with the big ones. You cannot go for super niche. So if you go down here, for example, we can find Black Friday. It has 150 million, way too small, okay? We can only go with the very big ones. So what I will do is I will make a very broad ad set, but niche enough to get me some data. I will go with a small little stack. So I'll put in, for example, engaged shoppers, which is the people that shopped on Facebook previously, and I will put in online shopping. Now I could, let's say I'm running a fashion product, I could launch something like fashion. I could launch something very broad, and those interests are usually gonna give me much higher profits than my completely broad campaigns. Now for this, I like to use ad set budget. I actually just do a bunch of everything. So this is kind of how I scale, and I'll make a full guide on this next week. I've had a couple of offers on my store. It's currently on top. I'm gonna be honest, I like to believe the best, but I don't know how long I can keep this up, right? It's not a fashion brand. It's simply not gonna scale to $3 million a month. It's not possible. I talked to one of my friends who said he think I can actually sell it for the same amount as I've created in revenue. We'll see about that. But there is a possibility of like millions of dollars in an exit. So I am thinking about selling the stores. He's gonna give me hopefully a quote on it later this week. I don't know if I want to sell it though. It's kind of like my passion the last year. But at the same time, I could sell this and I could move on to something better like fashion or something I just feel like is gonna be able to make me more. Because I'm gonna be honest, at the end of the day, the dropshipping project is not gonna scale past $1 million a month. And as I showed you earlier, my store was crushing it, but in early January, we crashed down to 6K. I mean, we fixed it. We scaled all the way up to $22,000 in sales in a day again, but that is scary. And investors, they like to buy businesses while they are on top, right? Or upcoming companies. I also think that I could just use my skills to start a new store anyways, but it's obviously not gonna be easy. So maybe I will update you guys with a video saying like, I sold my dropshipping store for millions. That would be absolutely crazy. But that's it for this video. I hope you liked it, because I was just trying to do something new, touch on some things that people maybe don't really talk about. Hopefully it was interesting to you. Like I said, just trying to do something different. If you did, remember to click a like and subscribe to my channel, because I'm trying to be the most valuable and transparent YouTuber in the space. And I will see you guys in the next video.